welcome to the SOS workshop series. I am looking forward once again to working with you using expressive arts to address a mental wellness issue. So thank you, SOS, for inviting me here today. I am a long-term Yukoner, a mom, a musician, and a registered social worker with over 20 years experience in the counseling field. And I also have some training in expressive arts facilitation. My business is called Valkyrie Expressive Art Journeys. And the Valkyrie is a Norse icon from Norse mythology that represents a strong feminine entity. And one of the things a Valkyrie is known for is guiding people in some kind of spiritual or personal journey. So that's what I like to do. I chose the Valkyrie for my business icon. So what are expressive arts? Expressive arts are spontaneous creative activities that also have some sort of self-awareness or wellness benefit. And some of the things that you can do for expressive arts are, of course, drawing, painting, photography, collage, sculpture, creating or listening to music, written words, poetry, dancing and body movement, or creating with natural objects in outdoor settings. So really, any kind of creative activity at all can be incorporated and used in expressive arts. So how does it work for people? How does it help people? Well, it's an alternative to talking about an issue or a problem. Talk therapy and trying to analyze a problem usually uses our left side of our brain, and creating uses our right side of our brain. And that's the intuitive part where we can kind of bypass all that thinking and chatter and get right to the heart of intuitive processing and coming up with new ways of looking at things and different ways of solving emotional or wellness problems. So it kind of, it sort of opens up our brain to using it in a different way to look at ourselves. It's helpful for self-awareness to provide insights into ourselves and to issues. It encourages the release of emotions in a gentle way. It can interrupt thinking patterns that are stuck over time. It can get us into a playful state where we're actually having some fun, or we're kind of in what they call flow, where we're living in the moment and we're not so much in our heads and we're just kind of, experiencing a state of mindfulness. And also, I think an important part of expressive arts is being witnessed by someone else. So a lot of the healing can take place through someone else experiencing what you have made or what you have created, expressing that to them, having them provide gentle feedback, or just simply witnessing us. And that can be very validating. Being seen, being acknowledged is very healing in general. And that's a big part of what we do here in the expressive arts activities. So I always do a little bit about the difference between expressive arts facilitation and art therapy. So what we're doing today is therapeutic, but it's not titled art therapy, because art therapy is a specialized field of study. It focuses mostly on visual art, whereas expressive arts incorporates a bunch of different kinds of creativity. Art therapy usually just focuses on making something visual through drawing, painting, sometimes sculpture, sometimes collage, that kind of thing, but it's usually very visually based. It takes place usually within a trusted counselor therapy relationship where the person is coming one-on-one for therapy for maybe an extended period or at least a little bit of time, where the therapist works with the client on a specific issue to get them to a specific goal. Expressive arts is more about doing things spontaneously in the moment, not having, maybe having a theme to it, but not having a specific destination to it. The client gets to decide what they get out of it, what insights they gain from it. It's far more open-ended in terms of the end point to it. And it's also can be practiced in a variety of settings besides the client counselor relationship. It can be happen in workshops such as this, online, in groups, in settings such as hospitals or care facilities or correctional facilities or schools. So it can happen out in nature too. So it really is far more open-ended, and it really is about clients discovering the things about themselves that they want to discover or that come to them through the activity. And a good metaphor, I think, to describe that is just, so an expressive arts facilitator would design the course of a riverbed, as well as various types of boats that clients can choose to take a journey in. And the facilitator doesn't get into the boat with the client, but encourages and guides them from the shore as he or she makes their way down the river to arrive at a destination that they choose. An art therapist, in contrast, designs the riverbed and also designs a specific type of boat for that client, and also gets in the boat and rides along beside the client, directing the journey toward a pre-planned destination. I mean, it's very simplistic, but it kind of helps illustrate some of the differences between art therapy and expressive arts facilitation. So what are we doing today? Well, the topic is anxiety, and I'm going to be providing you with a tool to use art as a way to give anxiety a voice, to gain some insight about it, and find some compassionate ways to meet any of the needs that your anxiety might be expressing. So we're going to start with a visualization exercise that grounds you and brings you to the present moment, brings your focus right here and now. And then after the visualization, you'll be invited to take part in a 3-part activity. You're going to create 2 pieces of art with a journaling exercise in between. So what you'll need to have is, of course, some drawing or coloring materials of your choice: paint, markers, colored pens, pastels, whatever, and any type of material to draw or paint on. So paper, whatever, canvas. And then you'll need a little bit of blank paper just to do your journaling on. So what are the steps? So the steps are, we're going to create an art piece that depicts what your anxiety looks like to you. And it can be simple colors and shapes on the page that you make intuitively. You don't even have to think about it. Or it can be a drawing of something in particular. It's up to you. As long as you don't think too much about what you're doing and you just allow whatever's going to come to you and put it on the page. It's a spontaneous process, and there's no right or wrong way to do this. It doesn't have to look like anything. It can just be a one color thing. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate. And then after that piece is finished, I've got some journaling prompts here, and I'm going to read them out for the folks that tune into this workshop later so that they can have them available. So the prompts are the following. You're going to look at your art and you're going to describe what it looks like. And then you're going to give it a name. So what is that art piece called? What is your anxiety called? And then you're going to take some time to reflect on that image, be with it. Imagine that it has a personality and a voice. And you're going to imagine, how does it feel? What is it saying to you? What does it want you to know? And then write those things down. And then you're going to ask your artwork, what does it need to feel better? And then you're going to write that down. And once you have the journaling piece done, then I'm going to invite you to do a second art piece. And this one is going to portray what your anxiety looks like when it gets its needs met. So whatever it needs, when those needs are met, what does anxiety look like then? What does it turn into? So it's kind of a little sandwich, some art, some journaling, and then some more art. And then after that, we'll come back together and we'll debrief what you've created. And for the folks that are watching later, the video is going to end right after the visualization that I walk you through. The video will, then I'll, say a couple things after the visualization, and then we'll get to the art making. And then that's when the people watching later can also do their own art making on their own time at home. So that's what's going on. So I'd like to now move to doing that visualization with you. I'm going to turn on some gentle background music for this to kind of help us get into the present and to calm our nervous systems a little bit. So follow along here at your leisure. Here we are. Orient yourself in a position and a place that feels natural for you. Relax your shoulders, your neck, your back, your facial muscles, and anywhere else in your body that you discover you're holding on to hidden tension. Rest your feet in a comfortable place. Let your body sink into wherever you are, taking note of the seat underneath you, where your hands are resting, and any sounds you notice around you. If you like, you can close your eyes or direct a soft gaze onto something nearby. And prepare to breathe slowly and deeply, taking one very deep breath down into your belly, and then breathe out all the air within you, taking with it anything you don't want at this time. Think about lightness coming in and anything heavy going out. Return to breathing with the regular rhythm that feels comfortable for you, while emptying your mind as best you can from all the noise and chatter and details of your day-to-day life. Set aside whatever worries you are carrying for later as you prepare to take a break today that will take you on a short journey. A journey that is supported and safe and has something to teach and help you with. Allow your mind now to settle onto visualizing and creating a special type of place to store something. This is an item or place uniquely yours that you are designing just for yourself. It is something that can be completely closed and put away. Is it a carved wooden box with a lid? A beautiful decorated bag? A treasure chest? A suitcase? Secret drawer or cupboard? Is it an artistic pottery container with a lid? Or perhaps it's a simple backpack, purse, or duffel bag with a zipper. Take a moment to let something formulate in your mind that fits for you and notice all the details. I invite you now to imagine placing everything that's on your to-do list into this container. All the judgments, all the mind chatter, any negative self-talk, and any problems to solve today. Place them there one by one. Picture folding them like clothing, rolling them up, or putting them into a file folder and placing them into your secret storage place. Put the lid on, zip it up, use a drawstring to close it, shut the drawer, whatever it takes to close it so that nothing inside can be seen or fall out. And this place can be accessed whenever and wherever you choose. Everything in this container is going to stay exactly where you have it until you decide to go and open it up. It's safe and sound where it is. There is a time and a place for it. You are free to leave it for now. No one will touch it or take it or change it. It will be waiting for you when you are ready to go back to it. Right now, you're attending to yourself. Right now, you are focusing on just one thing. This time and this space is to recharge and forget about it for a while. Forget about all the other details of your life and all the other things that need to be done today. Picture walking away from your storage place and bringing yourself back into the space you're in right now. Take a few clearing breaths as you bring your mind back to where you are sitting, locating your fingers and your toes, and feeling free of all the burdens that you have placed temporarily in storage. You are returning to the present moment, ready to receive all the gifts of right now. Feeling light, clear, and open. Welcome back. I hope that was effective to get you focusing on being creative for a little bit. This particular guided visualization is also a tool for anxiety. So it's a way for you to contain anxiety, to put it someplace, a way to manage it temporarily until you can come back to it later, perhaps. It's a tool of containment to help you visualize what you can do with anxiety and how you can put it to the side and focus on whatever's at hand. That's why I chose it for today's visualization. I thought it was a kind of an added bonus tool for you. And now we're going to create some art. So I would like to say thank you to the folks who are going to be tuning into this at your leisure. Right now, we're going to continue with the live portion, except the video will be shut off and you can do your activity as you wish at home without the video. And if you need to contact me to debrief what you did or to get some more instructions or just to talk about the art or anything about what I do, please feel free to contact me either on my website, which is Valkyrie Expressive Art Journeys, or you can find me on the SOS website as well. And I invite anybody to contact me anytime. Thank you for tuning in today, and I hope to see you again.